Imagine that you are speeding through a long, clean tube. Your travel is effortless, and you are moving so quickly that you have no sense of where your physical body begins and ends. At the end of that tunnel, way off in the distance, there is a bright, glowing light. As I count from 15 down to 1, all other thoughts besides the desire to reach that glowing beam of light drift away behind you in the wind, and your physical presence becomes smaller and smaller. As I count down, the only thing that stays with you is my voice. 15. Closer and closer to that beautiful bright dot. As you get closer and closer, your body becomes slick and clean from the cool wind whipping at your skin. 14. Closer and closer now, and that light grows from a glowing dot into a bright, beautiful, mid-sized ball. 13. Brighter and brighter, closer and closer. Your body is hairless and smooth. The memories of your past become out of focus and distant. 12. Closer and closer, that big bright ball emanating pure joy and love, the likes of which you have never known. The past you once cared for so deeply feels empty and shallow. 11. Closer and closer, your body peeled down like a thin, fleshy arrow cast off into the horizon. 10. Closer and closer, brighter and brighter, that tube you were traveling down is not so narrow. It's opened up into a gaping abyss that you speed through just as fast as before. 9. Brighter and brighter, closer and closer, your body becomes rounded into gelatinous, held together only by a thin membrane like a water balloon. You are just like a water balloon. 8. Closer and closer, brighter and brighter, the light surrounding you warm and radiant, like being in a hot tub on a cool spring night. 7. Closer and closer, brighter and brighter, your soft ball of flesh wiggling on up at tremendous speeds into the light. Your life and previous physical existence is murky and foreign. All you think of is what is beyond that light, and what will happen when you dive further into it. 6. Closer and closer, brighter and brighter. The membrane holding you together bursts open and whips out behind you like a plastic bag out a car window. 5. Closer and closer, brighter and brighter, you are fluid. You have completely abandoned your flesh vessel. Your friends and family mean nothing to you. The only thing that matters is that magnificent light and the sound of my voice. 4. Closer and closer, brighter and brighter. The fluid that made up your bodysuit has morphed into millions of tiny spores, like a massive underwater dandelion blown into the sun. 3. Closer and closer, brighter and brighter, so bright now that everything around you is completely white. The spores come together and reconstitute into the rough outline of a human being. 2. Brighter and brighter, deeper and deeper into bright white. That incredible soft warmth that surrounded you begins to cool, and the fluid around you drains out. 1. Deeper and deeper, closer and closer. Moments ago, you were a speck of dust. Now you are reformed, new and fresh. You spill forward and are reborn as a fresh and nubile baby boy. This baby boy is your new shared flesh vessel. Your consciousness is one with the person next to you, and the person next to that person, and that person's person next to that person. There are no more secrets, and you know exactly what everyone is thinking about.
Serenity.
The eyes with which you see the world are the same as everyone else's. Every movement and decision this baby makes is your own. You've grown and are now a young boy. You are in a large wheat field surrounded only by golden wheat. The sky is gray and overcast. All is still except for a soft breeze rustling the wheat. The wheat stretches on for miles, far out past your line of sight. This is not your ordinary field of wheat. This is the wheat field of Serenity, and everything you touch is really nice. You reach out your hand and touch the bristly wheat that surrounds you. When you grasp that bristly wheat, squeeze and pull forward, you get a big palmful of wheat. Very satisfying. In the wheat field of serenity, you don't harvest regular wheat. You harvest peace of mind wheat. And the more you harvest, the more at ease you become with your surroundings. When I count up to 10, you will be so at ease with your surroundings that the distinction between your collective consciousness and that of the plant and animal life will cease to exist. 1. That first fistful of wheat pulled off the stem and put into a wicker basket, noticing the lilting song of the common crow bellowing above you. 2. Another fistful of wheat pulled off the stem and put into the wicker basket. That bristly wheat that was so satisfying feels softer, your hands becoming numb to all feeling. 3. A third handful of serenity wheat, noticing that the chirp of cicadas draws out into an even rumble, like an exhaled breath. The soft buzz fills your head and clears it of any tension. 4. Another handful of serenity wheat tossed into the wicker basket. Like a machine in a factory, your arm moves without you thinking about it, and your hand grips the stem of wheat and pulls forward without the slightest feeling. 5. A handful of serenity wheat, the sun sets behind the clouds. Beams of light fall to a hazy orange and into dusk. You are separate from time, within and between it, like an interdimensional preteen hitting spiritual puberty. 6. Your basket overflows with serenity wheat, pouring over the sides and onto the earth. Every clod of dirt crunches like fresh snow beneath you as your hearing adjusts to the sounds of the interactions of everything around you. 7. More and more serenity wheat stuffed inside the basket. You watch your arm move as if it is being controlled by someone else entirely. You walk forward, but it feels as if you are drifting, separate from your limbs. 8. More handfuls of serenity wheat gushing out the sides. The hum of the wild fills your mindscape with jubilance, like a kitten's purr transposed into song. 9. More and more serenity wheat pushed into the massive basket. You hover overhead like a hummingbird and watch as you stuff that brimming basket with your luscious wheat. 10. More and more bristly serenity wheat stuffed into that wicker basket. Your body appears to be from a great distance. You are as much your body as you are the wheat that you stuff into the basket, or the air that you breathe in and out. Now that you are completely at peace with your surroundings, your senses are activated to the highest degree. In your mind's eye, you see, taste, and smell the sound of my voice. It is the smell of aftershave and leather, like an embrace from your own father after a long business trip. The brain is but a playground for the mind, and mindfulness comes from within, because of me. This is the lesson that you have learned and that you draw your power from, because I give it to you. It is time to return to your respective flesh vessels and re-enter waking life. When you awaken from your trance, the connection that you established with the people around you will not be broken. You are still bound to the thought cloud that floats freely throughout your collective consciousness. The wheat field of serenity becomes a coral reef, and the little boy whose body you occupied is but a hermit crab. During this session you have evolved, thus it is fitting that you begin your new life the way all mammals have, from the depths of the ocean. As I count down from 5, you are tugged up closer to the shore. 5. Deep, deep water. You are caught by a current and see the formations of the waves above you. Your skin is gray and slick, and your fingers and toes are webbed. You are propelled forward by a fin, and on the nape of your neck is a gaping blowhole. 4. Pulled and pulled by that current, the distance between the sand and the surface of the ocean shortens, and the blurry image of the open air above the ocean feels familiar. The webs between your digits are thinner, and you have less control of the water. 3. Pulled and pulled by the strength of that current, the water changes from dark blue to clear green. Your breathing is strained, and you notice your sharp teeth falling out as flatter, more rounded teeth grow in. 2. Pulled and pulled by the current, the crashing waves overhead make frothy white foam, and it gives you joy. You heave your body upwards with your new, more simian form. 1. Pulled up and into the open air by the current, you squirt out a last fountain of seawater from your blowhole before it closes up, and you lift your torso with your long arms while you breathe in the tropical air. Waves crash behind you and tug you towards the sea, but you grip the shore. Now, for the first time in your life, you open your eyes and see me.